Have you ever imagined that the soil in your backyard, garden, or farm could produce food almost endlessly without expensive fertilizers, machinery, or weekly trips to the supermarket? It sounds impossible, but for over 2,400 years, humans have discovered systems that make this possible. These systems are not based on modern technology. Instead, they are built on careful observation, ecological knowledge, and the understanding of natural cycles that create self-sustaining food production. The story begins with early civilizations who noticed patterns in the natural environment. They realized that certain soils, after flooding, rainfall, or organic deposits, became extraordinarily fertile. These farmers discovered that soil is not just dirt, but a living organism, teeming with bacteria, fungi, worms, and countless microorganisms that recycle nutrients, store water, and maintain soil structure by intentionally adding organic matter, plant residues, and compost. They were able to create a cycle that maintained soil fertility indefinitely. The land could feed families for years without external inputs. Central to this system is diversity. Ancient farmers learned that planting multiple species together increased efficiency. Deep-rooted plants accessed nutrients from lower soil layers, while shallow-rooted plants protected the upper layers. Legumes like beans and peas fixed nitrogen, enriching the soil naturally, while leafy greens and grasses covered the surface, preventing moisture loss. Each plant performed a function, ensuring no nutrients were wasted. Over time, this created a self-regulating cycle where plants, soil, and microorganisms supported each other, producing food continuously. Beyond plant selection, these civilizations mastered water management. Terraces, ponds, and small depressions were designed to catch rainfall and slowly distribute water, preventing erosion and conserving moisture. Rainwater was captured, redirected, and stored, creating a mini hydrological system that allowed plants to thrive even during dry periods. This water recycling, combined with plant diversity, ensured that every drop of moisture was used efficiently. Equally important were soil microorganisms, invisible to the naked eye. Bacteria, fungi, and microfauna break down organic matter, convert nitrogen into usable forms, and stabilize the soil. Worms aerate the soil and facilitate water absorption. Fungal networks distribute nutrients across plant roots. This complex yet balanced ecosystem works harmoniously, maintaining soil fertility with minimal human intervention. Once established, it continues for years, feeding plants and ultimately humans. The ancient system also incorporated layering and composting. Instead of planting directly into depleted soil, farmers created layers of organic matter that decompose slowly, releasing nutrients over time. Crop residues, leaves, and kitchen waste were recycled into compost piles or buried to enrich the earth. This layering created continuous nutrient availability, reducing the need for any chemical fertilizers while promoting soil structure and microbial health. Modern research confirms the power of these techniques. Studies have shown that soils managed with mixed plantings, compost, layers, and active microorganisms can produce 2 to 3 times more food per square meter than conventional monocultures, often with a fraction of the labor. Small plots are enough to feed a family year-round, if managed correctly, demonstrating that nature, when respected, provides the most efficient and resilient food systems. One of the most striking elements of this system is its long-term productivity. Over years, the soil improves continuously. Organic layers decompose, fungi and bacteria multiply, and plant diversity creates new habitats. Inputs from nature replace the need for human intervention. Each cycle produces more food, while the soil grows more resilient and capable of withstanding pests, diseases, and extreme weather events. This is true regenerative agriculture food production. Without depletion, another advantage is autonomy. You are no longer reliant on external supply chains, fertilizers, or industrial seeds. The soil nourishes itself. Plants draw nutrients from the natural cycles, and microorganisms maintain balance. You only need to harvest a surplus. It is a perfectly closed loop, designed by nature and initiated by your careful observation and effort. Implementation begins with observing your land. Identify low spots where water accumulates, study soil composition, and note sunlight patterns. Small ponds or basins can collect water, creating a reservoir for plant roots. Organic matter should be layered strategically, while plant diversity ensures that nutrients are cycled effectively. Introducing beneficial microorganisms and composting worms will accelerate nutrient recycling. Within months, the ecosystem begins to regulate itself, producing food continuously with minimal human input. Patience is key. During the first few months, microbial communities establish, plants root deeply, and nutrients begin cycling efficiently. After this phase, production starts to accelerate, and each successive harvest requires less effort while yielding more. You begin to witness a soil that is alive, productive, and self-regulating. This is not magic. It is science validated over millennia. Water management remains crucial. By designing gentle slopes, shallow basins, and mulch layers, water is conserved and soil moisture remains consistent. Plants of varying root depths ensure every drop of water is used efficiently. Even in regions with low rainfall, these methods sustain food production, proving that efficient design compensates for climate limitations. The system is resilient to seasonal changes. Mulch, cover crops, and winter-hardy plants protect the soil from erosion and nutrient loss during colder months. When spring arrives, the ecosystem reactivates. Microbes multiply, plants grow, and the soil continues to produce food. Once established, this cycle repeats year after year, feeding families without the need for external inputs. Long-term application provides food security and independence. You are no longer dependent on supermarkets, fluctuating prices, or supply chain disruptions. With regenerative soil, you control the production of your own food. You know exactly what is growing, how it is grown, and that it is sustainable. Over time, the soil becomes a self-renewing asset, producing vegetables, fruits, grains, and proteins that continue to multiply with minimal effort. This system also restores degraded soils. Areas stripped of nutrients or damaged by erosion can, within a few years, become highly productive again. Compost layers, plant diversity, and microbial inoculation rebuild soil structure, increase organic content, and support resilient ecosystems. The result is not just food, but a living soil that regenerates itself and its. The ancient wisdom behind this system is more relevant than ever. While industrial agriculture relies on chemical inputs and monocultures, this method proves that sustainability, efficiency, and autonomy are possible. By combining centuries-old practices with modern understanding of microbiology, soil science, and plant interactions, you create a living system that produces continuous self-sustaining food. The real value lies in freedom and sovereignty. No government approvals, no supermarket dependency, no fertilizers or pesticides, just water, sunlight, land, and the patience to let biology do its work. You build a living ecosystem that feeds you, regenerates itself, and continues producing for decades. As years pass, you watch your soil grow richer, plant diversity thrive, microorganisms flourish, and production increase. This is the power of a system that has existed for 2,400 years, proven effective and adaptable to modern challenges. It is both ancient wisdom and practical science, offering solutions for anyone who wants true food independence. Applying this system is transformative. You are not just growing food, you are creating an ecosystem that functions on its own. Plants, microbes, water, and nutrients all interact in perfect balance, producing food while maintaining soil health. It is a long-term investment in resilience, health, and sustainability. The principles are simple: diversity, organic layering, active microorganisms, water management, and patience. Follow these, and your soil will continue to feed you year after year. What seems ancient is actually modern, efficient, and perhaps the most revolutionary approach to food production today. Over time, your soil becomes a self-perpetuating engine, producing vegetables, fruits, grains, and even proteins if integrated with small animals or aquaculture. The system is adaptable to almost any climate, from temperate to semi-arid, tropical to cold regions, with adjustments in plant choice, water management, and seasonal planning. This flexibility makes it universally applicable regardless of location. This system also creates food security for generations. Families can establish long-lasting food systems that require minimal intervention and provide abundant harvests. It ensures resilience against economic instability, climate change, or supply disruptions. By embracing these principles, you inherit the ancient wisdom of civilizations that thrived for millennia. In essence, the 2,400-year-old regenerative soil system is nature's design for infinite productivity. It combines ecological understanding, diversity, microbial activity, water optimization, and patience to create a sustainable, self-renewing system. It is not just about growing food. It is about restoring soil, ensuring survival, and reclaiming autonomy in a modern world dependent on fragile industrial systems. When fully implemented, this system provides more than food. It delivers independence, security, and peace of mind. You have a piece of land that feeds itself, your family, and regenerates naturally. You witness the living soil in action, an ecosystem so balanced that minimal input produces maximum output. Every season becomes a demonstration of natural intelligence. Organic matter decomposes, nutrients cycle, plants grow, and harvests increase. Your soil becomes richer with each year, demonstrating that infinite food production is not a dream but a practical reality when nature's principles are respected. Ultimately, this system transforms your relationship with land, food, and life itself. It reconnects you with ecological cycles, empowers you to be self-sufficient, and creates a legacy of regeneration. For anyone seeking long-term sustainability, abundance, and freedom, this ancient yet revolutionary approach provides the blueprint for a future where your soil produces infinite food, continuously and reliably.